Fierce warriors, ruthless raiders, horned helmets. The Vikings have captured global imagination for centuries, but how much of what we know about them is based on fact and how much is myth? In this video, we'll uncover the truth about Vikings, who they really were, how they lived, and what pop culture gets wrong. Get ready to explore the extraordinary story of one of history's most fascinating groups. The Viking Age spanned from the late 8th to the early 11th centuries, with Scandinavia, modern-day Norway, Sweden, and Denmark at its heart. This was a time marked by extensive exploration, trade, and conquest, which profoundly influenced Europe and beyond. Vikings were renowned for their seafaring abilities, navigating vast distances to explore new territories, including the British Isles, Iceland, Greenland, and even reaching the shores of North America. Their longships were technological marvels, allowing them to travel swiftly across oceans and rivers. Vikings also established significant trade networks, exchanging goods like furs, textiles, and metalwork, connecting distant cultures. Their raids and settlements led to the integration of Viking culture with local societies, leaving a lasting impact on language, art, and governance throughout Europe. But the Viking story goes far beyond raids and bloodshed. These were people living complex lives in harsh environments, with rich traditions and ambitions that shaped an era. Despite their image as feared warriors, daily life for most Vikings was deeply rooted in farming and community activities. The majority of Vikings spent their days cultivating crops like barley, oats, and rye, which were staple ingredients in their diet. In addition to agriculture, they raised livestock including cattle, sheep, and pigs, providing them with meat, milk, and wool. Beyond farming, many Vikings honed skills as blacksmiths and carpenters, crafting tools, weapons, and ships essential for both daily survival and occasional raiding ventures. Meanwhile, others engaged in trade, exchanging goods such as furs, textiles, and metalwork, which connected them to diverse cultures and economies across Europe and beyond. This blend of domestic and economic activities created a vibrant and interconnected Viking community. Trading was at the heart of Viking society, connecting Scandinavia with the rest of Europe, the Middle East, and even parts of Asia. They traded everything from furs to fine silks. And while men often took the spotlight, women played essential roles too, managing farms, businesses, and households, serving as a vital backbone of Viking life. Women were not only responsible for overseeing daily operations, but also made crucial economic decisions and maintained family and community ties. Their skills in agriculture, crafting, and trade ensured that the Viking society functioned smoothly, even when the men were away on long voyages. These contributions were indispensable to sustaining the community and ensuring its prosperity and resilience through challenging times. The Vikings' beliefs were as fierce as their reputation, deeply intertwined with their everyday lives and cultural practices. Their gods, Odin, the wise and all-seeing chief god, Thor, the mighty god of thunder, and Freya, the goddess of love and fertility, were central to Norse mythology. These deities represented various aspects of life and the natural world, which the Vikings saw in the power of storms, the vastness of the ocean, and the fertility of the earth. They worshipped these gods through elaborate rituals and ceremonies, seeking their favor for protection in battle, fruitful harvests, and safe voyages. Such beliefs not only shaped their understanding of the world, but also guided their actions and societal norms. Death, too, was a sacred transition. Viking funerals ranged from ship burials for the wealthy to simpler cremation rituals for others, underscoring their firm belief in the afterlife. Vikings were master navigators, not just raiders, but pioneers of the seas and skilled explorers. Their iconic longships, with their sleek, symmetrical designs, were crafted for both speed and maneuverability, enabling them to traverse treacherous waters and explore distant lands. These vessels were equipped with shallow drafts, allowing them to sail not only across open seas, but also along rivers and into uncharted territories. Their exploration feats took them to places like Greenland, Iceland, and even parts of North America, centuries before Columbus set sail. The Vikings' deep understanding of the stars and natural elements guided them on these voyages, showcasing their advanced navigational skills and thirst for discovery. While their raiding struck fear in Europe's heart, many Vikings also settled, integrating into local cultures and shaping them in return. Cities like York in England bear marks of their Viking rulers to this day. But did they really wear horned helmets, as popular myth suggests? This intriguing question has sparked much debate among historians and enthusiasts alike. While often depicted in films and literature, the image of Vikings wearing horned helmets might not be entirely accurate. Let's delve into this fascinating topic and uncover the truth behind these legendary warriors. More on that soon. From Game of Thrones to Halloween costumes, myths have long distorted the real image of the Vikings. The iconic horned helmets often depicted are pure fiction, a creation of 19th century artists that have no basis in historical fact. While they are often portrayed as ruthless savages, there's more to their story. Yes, they were fierce warriors known for their raids, but they were also skilled diplomats and traders who engaged in commerce across Europe. Additionally, they were builders of civilization, establishing settlements and leaving a lasting impact on the regions they explored. Their complex society included laws, art, and craftsmanship, showcasing a rich cultural heritage. Historians and archaeologists continue to unveil the truth, separating brutal stereotypes from the balanced reality of a people who were far ahead of their time. So why does this myth persist? Perhaps it's because the real truth, that they thrived through intelligence and adaptability, is far more complex, yet no less fascinating. These creatures didn't just survive by chance, they developed keen survival instincts, learned to exploit their environments, and adapted to changing conditions over millennia. Their ability to innovate and adjust to new challenges paints a picture of resilience that is compelling, even if less sensational than the mythical explanations. Understanding this deeper truth gives us a greater appreciation for the intricate interplay of evolution and survival. Though the Viking Age ended centuries ago, their impact remains significant across various aspects of modern life. Their influence is evident in the English language, with loanwords like berserk and ransack reflecting their culture and actions. Additionally, their governance systems, featuring assemblies known as things, have inspired democratic structures that emphasize communal decision-making. Beyond language and politics, the Vikings' expertise in seafaring and exploration paved the way for future maritime advancements, while their art and mythology continue to intrigue and inspire creativity today. The Vikings still live among us in surprising and enduring ways. Their voyages laid the groundwork for global interconnectedness, and their culture influences everything from design to storytelling in the modern era. The Vikings weren't just raiders. They were also talented artists and craftsmen who contributed significantly to the art and culture of their time. Their love for symmetry and repeating patterns is evident in their intricate carvings, which adorned everything from ship prows to weapon handles and even household items. Using materials like wood, bone, and metal, they transformed everyday objects into stunning works of art. Viking art often featured motifs from nature, such as intertwined animals and mythical creatures, reflecting their deep connection to the natural world and their mythology. These artistic expressions not only enhanced the aesthetic appeal of their belongings, but also conveyed stories and beliefs, showcasing the Vikings' sophisticated cultural identity. Jewelry wasn't just for decoration, it was also a status symbol. Silver and gold were meticulously crafted into arm rings and pendants that often depicted their mythology and beliefs. Their designs have had a lasting influence, often recreated in modern fashion and decor. From intricate jewelry and metalwork to detailed textiles and carvings, the artistry of the Vikings showcases a unique blend of form and function. Despite the harsh conditions of their Scandinavian homeland, where survival took precedence, they still found ways to express creativity and craftsmanship. The use of interlocking patterns, animal motifs, and symbolic imagery reflects a deep-rooted cultural heritage. This enduring legacy proves that even amidst adversity, beauty and creativity continued to flourish and inspire future generations. Contrary to the violent image often associated with them, the Vikings had a well-organized society governed by law and order. Central to their legal system was the Thing, a public assembly that played a crucial role in maintaining the community's harmony. At these gatherings, disputes were settled, laws were crafted, and leaders were chosen, ensuring that society functioned smoothly. The thing was democratic in nature. It allowed for a wide representation of the community, as everyone's voice could be heard, men and women alike. This inclusive approach not only promoted fairness, but also helped in maintaining social cohesion amidst the various Norse tribes scattered across Scandinavia and beyond. Their legal systems were surprisingly progressive for the time, emphasizing consensus and community involvement. Justice wasn't taken lightly, with fines, exile, and other measures used to maintain peace. Their practices influenced legal systems that came after them, reminding us that even a warrior culture sought justice and balance. Viking women were far from passive figures. They held significant power and respect in their communities. These women played vital roles, managing farms and overseeing households with great efficiency and authority. Unlike many other societies of the time, Viking women had the right to inherit property, making them influential economic players. Some women even took on the roles of traders, navigating long distances to exchange goods, while others became legendary as shield maidens, participating alongside men in battles. Their involvement in various aspects of Viking life highlights their importance and the respect they commanded within their society. Women could divorce their husbands and had rights that many other societies at the time did not grant. They were not just part of Viking life, they helped shape it. The strength and independence of Viking women continue to inspire stories, both in history and modern narratives. These women were often responsible for running households and managing farms, while the men were away on voyages, showcasing their resilience and leadership. In contemporary culture, Viking women are frequently depicted as warriors, leaders, and figures of empowerment, reflecting their significant roles in Norse society and their enduring influence on our understanding of gender and power dynamics throughout history. From language to governance, Viking influence runs deeper than you might think. Ever use words like fjord, berserk, or husband? These are just a few linguistic gifts from Old Norse to the English language, reflecting the Vikings' far-reaching interactions and trade. Beyond language, their impact is seen in governance as well. The Viking Thing, a governing assembly where free men would gather to make decisions and settle disputes, laid the groundwork for democratic principles in Scandinavian countries. These assemblies emphasized collective decision-making and justice, traits that continue to shape governance in these regions today. Viking heritage is more than just tales of conquest. It's a legacy that still resonates in modern culture and society. Even in pop culture, the Vikings remain iconic. From TV shows to music, their image has evolved into a symbol of adventure, resilience, and ingenuity. Though centuries removed, their legacy threads its way into every corner of our modern lives. Norse gods like Odin, Thor, and Loki aren't confined to history books anymore. They have become pop culture phenomena, captivating audiences worldwide and inspiring blockbuster movies from franchises such as Marvel's Thor series. These mythical figures have also made their mark in popular video games like God of War, where players engage with Viking lore. Additionally, they are featured in novels like Neil Gaiman's Norse Mythology, which retells their stories for a modern audience. This resurgence of interest has brought ancient tales into the mainstream, bridging the gap between mythology and contemporary entertainment. This resurgence often reimagines their myths, blending entertainment with historical elements. While not always accurate, it keeps the Viking spirit alive for new generations. The line between fact and fiction blurs, proving that the stories of the Vikings transcend time. Living in unforgiving climates, Vikings relied heavily on farming to survive. They cultivated barley, rye, and oats, which were staple grains in their diet. They also raised cattle and sheep, providing them with meat, milk, and wool for clothing. Vikings used advanced techniques for their time, such as crop rotation, to ensure sustainability and maintain soil fertility. Additionally, they constructed sophisticated irrigation systems to manage their water supply, crucial for thriving in their harsh environments. This agricultural expertise provided a reliable food source, allowing Viking communities to grow and prosper despite the challenging conditions. Settlements were carefully chosen based on the fertility of the soil. Despite the raiders' reputation, most people were skilled farmers contributing to thriving communities. Their innovations, including advanced farming techniques and clever resource management, helped them endure brutal winters. These adaptations not only ensured their survival during harsh conditions, but also laid the groundwork for agricultural practices that are still in use today. Their contributions have been instrumental in shaping modern farming, allowing for more efficient and sustainable food production. The Vikings weren't isolated. They were deeply interconnected with the rest of the world through an extensive network of trade and exploration. From England to the Byzantine Empire, they exchanged goods such as silver, spices, and textiles, and shared knowledge and cultural practices. Their longships traveled vast distances, reaching as far as North America and the Middle East, leaving their marks far and wide. These interactions not only influenced the regions they connected with, but also brought new ideas and technologies back to their own homelands, contributing to the rich tapestry of Viking society. Through trade, they brought home spices, silk, and other luxuries. They also served as mercenaries, such as the Viking Varangian Guard in Constantinople. Their openness to other cultures not only reshaped their own society, but also influenced the regions they interacted with, creating a rich tapestry of cultural exchange. This two-way flow of ideas and traditions led to the blending of artistic styles, culinary practices, and philosophical thoughts. As they embraced new customs and integrated them into their daily lives, the societies they engaged with also adopted and adapted their innovations, resulting in a dynamic fusion that enriched both sides. The Vikings were much more than fierce raiders. They were explorers, farmers, craftsmen, and culture shapers. Their legacy teaches us about resilience, curiosity, and the importance of looking beyond myths to uncover the truth. Want to explore more untold stories from history? Subscribe now for in-depth documentaries and learn the truth about our past.